Hi folks, Scott sharing the burden. Just a recap of my day for those who may be interested. Started the day with an early meeting with a friend Demetra down at St. John's. St. John's is a mission on Broadview south of Dundas, and we talked to a couple of Orthodox priests, and we're talking about possibly collaborating with them in a service that would find us taking inmates who are going to become outmates right at the time, in other words, being released, to take them and transition them from a in-house type of program who possibly people who had AA or NA or Sharing the Burden or some other program like that they were able to take and learn and work with inside the walls of a prison, and now they're being released, and we want to transition them from what they were used to in there into a life of recovery, like immediately, not to go out and go back to where you came from, because we find if they don't do the first thing outside the walls as a new thing, as something different from what they would have done before, then the chances are the second, third, fourth, and fifth things will also be things they've done before, and that leads to come back to jail in many cases. So we're trying to take them from a mode of recovery into a mode of recovery, into a mode of recovery. So with places like St. John's Mission in the city, who are willing to take on some of these types of people and help them, help us help them reorientate to society and so on, in a way that maintains their program, so they don't lose program while they make decisions to unfortunately end up back in the same kind of lifestyle as before. So that's what the first thing I did today. And the next thing was I then drove to Milton, to Vanier Women's Center, where I'm leaving right now. And Vanier Women's Center, of course, is a ladies' prison, and I had a great meeting. 6 people, and 6 girls came out. We had a wonderful time, praying, talking about experience, mainly about, okay, we're in this program here. We have a spiritual driven program, using the original 12 steps of AA, but using a little more of the spiritual food to make it work. So in other words, all of the 12 steps came, just like the laws and everything else of consequence came from Scripture originally. The Scripture part kind of got ignored over the years in many of the programs, and we wanted to bring it back to where it worked the best, where there was 75 and even higher percentage of actual cure, if you want, of addiction. Whether that be narcotics or alcohol, and Alcoholics Anonymous, of course, was the first program of size that worked. And even to this day, every day of the week, there's 2.5 million plus alcoholics who are not drinking. They're in recovery. And, with those 2.5 million, of course, there's another 7 or 8 million or more people who are around those people who are also very pleased with what's going on. So you can see the exponential manner in which this thing works. And for every one who seeks recovery, there are 10 who don't. So you multiply those figures out a little bit, and you find very quickly that most of the world qualifies, even on the basis of alcoholism, let alone addiction to all these other different types of things and compulsions, mental illness, and so on. So that's what I just finished doing. I'm still outside the walls of Vanier. I'm going to be going now over to pick up a cup of tea and head back to the city. And head into the city, back to the city of Markham, actually, and do a quick reconciliation with my family members, and then head back down to Wexford meeting, which is tonight at 7:30 at the Wexford Heights United Church on Lawrence Avenue, just west of Birchmount. You can't miss it on the north side. Anyway, I hope some of you will join us and take part in what we're doing. Come join our ministries, our different kinds of ministries. Get involved with us. We've got a lot of ideas, and we know of so many different areas that need help, and we can do just a very small fraction, scratch of the scratch of the scratch. So, folks, if you can help, find me whatever way you have to. SharingTheBurden.ca, Scott at Sharing the Burden, 2 T's in Scott. Scott at SharingTheBurden.ca. Phone me, 647-222-0515. Come to a meeting either in Markham or Wexford in Scarborough. and join us. Join us on a team that's having great success, in my opinion. And we just need workers. You know, the field is ripe for gathering, but we need workers. So if you can help us out, please get in touch with us. Thank you so much for taking your time to listen to me, and I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you, and God bless you.